are finally here. We have arrived at the finale of Winx Club Season 6. Which is odd because it feels like nothing has really happened. I mean, the commentary journey has been wild, y'all. Like, this has been so much fun, and I'm glad y'all have enjoyed this. It's really opened my eyes of like, wow, Season 6 really, it's more enjoyable than I remembered. Like, as much as I've been suffering, I still have had an overall fun time. And I think it's also helped me understand the problems of the season on a much deeper level. Yeah, anyway, we are about to begin the finale, and I'm ready because this is one of the most underwhelming finales of the entire franchise. I was about to say the most, but then I remembered that the Season 8 finale exists, and no. Anyway, last time on Dragon Ball Z, the Winx saved Elfia, or whatever, but Selena got a spark of Bloom's dragon flame because apparently all you need to do to get part of the dragon flame is yank it out of her chest, and it's pretty easy. It takes like 2 seconds, and then Bloom will be too stupid to realize what you've done, even though this has happened to her before.
What did Selena need?
Flashback.
You ruined everything, you stupid bitch.
And now Selena is about to free the most boring man ever from the most uninteresting book known to mankind. Chaos will not ensue. What will ensue instead is a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, let us begin with Acheron. I know we all collectively don't care about Acheron.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Like, not one of us cares about this man because we don't know shit about him, and he doesn't last very long, so.
Fastest man alive.
Which might explain why you can't get a date.
Yeah. Hey!
The fact that they waited until, like, the last minute to free this man, wow. Let us begin.
There's got to be something that Rumpelstiltskin would take in exchange for the Legendarium key.
Eldora's wand. How many times do I have to say it? I can't believe Daphne got distracted by a butterfly. Wow.
I'm great at creative problem solving. Who doesn't like ice cream?
Electric chair.
Oh my god. This season was written by Blue's Clues writers, you say. I never would have guessed.
There's strawberry, banana, mango, blueberry, lime pepper.
Nothing says riveting finale extravaganza like ice cream.
Easy, Musa! Oh, Musa! Oh dear!
I fucking quit!
The first 4 seasons are rolling in their graves. Even the season 5 finale wasn't this ridiculous. Like, yes, there was ballet, but at least they pretended that it emotionally mattered to the characters. This is just fucking nonsense.
Check this out! Shut up! It must be on autumn mode.
Autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place.
A 3-headed serpent clutch.
10 seconds later.
You stupid, stupid bitch!
Was the 3-headed serpent thing foreshadowing for the lizard thing? Eldora popping in like a deus ex machina, or I guess a fairy godmother ex machina.
Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
The Infinity Box!
Behold, the dollar store Agador box.
The Agador box can hold and contain any magic. Valtor can use it to store all the spells he's taken and still have room for more.
Anything?
Where did she even get this from? Oh my god, did Eldora steal this from the Museum of Magic? They have the wedding march in the magical universe? Oh my god, how thoroughly has the American wedding industry ruined the magical dimension?
Thorn and I are getting married.
You can't marry a man you just met.
I want to say this is odd because they've just met, but we also don't exactly know how much time has passed since the start of season 6. So, like, if it's been, like, a few months, it's not the craziest thing ever. It's not the fact that they're getting married that's annoying to me, because I actually really want happiness for Daphne. It's the fact that we're doing this wedding filler in the finale when we should be trying to stop Selena and the tricks. Guys, we have bad guys to stop. I feel like the wedding should have to wait.
I
I'd like something simple and understated.
Not my specialty.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
And musical shoes.
I would purposely break my feet so I didn't have to hear those things. Can we just talk about how ugly this dress is? Like, it's too much. It's hideous. It's gross. I don't like it.
I'd like something simple and understated.
10 seconds later.
I'd drown myself.
You look beautiful.
You are a lying liar!
Especially because the dress was literally constructed from all the girl stereotypes.
Come on, Pip! It's wedding time! The party can start now!
Weddings can actually be really interesting episodes of shows because they are a big event, and they also are an excuse to bring like most of your cast together for the event. So like, I don't mind this. It's just the context that this is happening in where I'm like, oh my fucking god, this is such a stupid choice. And also, like, Selena just got the dragon flame and was about to free Acheron. So does that mean that they decided to get married and then are holding the wedding in like either the same day or within like a couple days?
Oh, Daphne, I can't believe it's already your big day.
That's not how weddings work. Weddings take a long time to prepare.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
That shit takes months, and it's expensive. People go crazy planning their weddings, okay? You see sides of people you never thought existed.
Hey, Thorin, looking sharp.
Meanwhile, Selena has just been standing there, staring at the book, waiting to free Acheron, like an idiot.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
The time has finally come.
2,000 years later.
What were you doing back there?
Yeah, like, they're acting like the fight between Bloom and Selena just happened. Meanwhile, there's a wedding going on. So what's the timeline here?
Finally! Freedom is mine!
Thank you for making that announcement that no one cared about.
Oh no, it's Sam Riegel again. I will admit I actually really do like Acheron's design. It's just a shame that everything else about him is fucking boring as sin.
I created the Legendarium.
But why? Why did you create the Legendarium? How did you create the Legendarium?
But you did this for what? Why not? Why? Why not? Why though?
Are you from Earth? Are you from the magical universe? What's up with you? What are your motivations? Who the fuck are you, Acheron?
Who the fuck are you? Who you is? Who you be? Huh? I don't even know your ass.
Who is this man? We won't learn any of those things.
You promised me great power.
I owe you nothing, Selena.
Salt in the wound like you're laughing right at me.
Gasp. The evil man is evil? I never would have guessed.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
I would feel more if we actually got a reasonable amount of evidence that Acheron was indeed manipulating Selena into thinking that, you know, he was her friend, but it never really felt like that. He was just some random man in a book that she became fixated on for, like, no reason.
No one double crosses the tricks.
And now the tricks will be made even more pathetic than usual.
There's an empty page in the Legendarium with your name on it.
You know, this would hit harder if there was an actual relationship between Selena and the tricks. But there isn't, so I don't give a single fuck.
He trapped them for good.
Oh, don't be worried. They'll be back in like another season to be irrelevant again.
346 minutes later.
You mean there's still someone who doesn't know the tricks yet?
I just want to die.
This feels so hollow, because the only reason Selena's like, I gotta stop Acheron, I was wrong, is because the consequences of her actions finally blew up in her fucking face.
You've got that right.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions, what's up?
Like, she doesn't actually feel bad about what she did. She's just scared because she doesn't want to die. Which means that after the chaos is averted, she would most likely go back to how she was before because she hasn't really learned anything. Maybe if Acheron was calling Selena out on Acheron how easy she was to manipulate, I would feel more, but he's not really doing that. He's acting like he doesn't even really know Selena all that much. Even though they presumably were together for like years before season 6 even started. Also, how is Acheron just able to annihilate magic? Like, that's just such a random ability. Like, why does he have that? And also, like, oh no, the magical universe has lost all of its magic again.
Flashback.
My magic doesn't work. We lost our powers. What do we do?
This happens so many times. It's like magical adventure, but worse. And we only see the fallout on Domino, and it's not even that big of a deal. Like, Magic City is probably going crazy right now. Zenith is probably falling the fuck apart. I don't know, if you're a nostalgia-based season, I feel like we should get glimpses of all the different things that we care about.
Luckily, each one of you Winx has a piece of the dragon flame still inside you.
Yes, how convenient that is.
Acheron is free.
Acheron?
I like to imagine that they forgot who Acheron is.
I don't know who this man is. Sorry to this man.
Yeah, maybe we should have stopped the tricks before we held this wedding. Actually, why aren't the specialists helping? Like, yes, magic has been eradicated, but like, clearly the writers don't care about the technicalities of things. And you could just say that the specialists' technology and weapons have been like spared from Acheron. Like, maybe older forms of magic have been eradicated, but newer things like techno-magic are just fine. I just want them to be useful, please. I should feel more that they're, you know, transforming into this form born of the dragon flame, ready to head into the final battle, but I feel nothing. And now we're gonna fly all the way to Magix because interplanetary travel means fucking nothing anymore. Can't even use Telesceptor to teleport. Can't use Techna's portal device. Can't use Zoomix wings. Just fuck all of this.
I believe that belongs to me.
How did the window get open? I've never seen this room with the window open. Oh wait, no, there was that time Riven came in here and then got broken up with by Darcy by getting yeeted into the void thusly.
Flashback.
Over here, puppy dog.
Free falling. Your deaths. I'm just kind of laughing internally. This should feel more emotional than it does. It's just kind of like Bloom, a person who I kind of know.
Come on, Winx! After Cloud Tower!
I will admit this moment is kind of cool. This little convergence thing to like slow Cloud Tower's fall. I feel like in the right hands this could really show off how powerful the Dragon Flame really is, especially if that magic beam connecting them, it actually looks really fucking cool. I like the flame effect that's going on. I would like it if the chain itself was the dragon connecting them. Oh, that would be so fucking cool, man. I don't know, like, you had everything you needed to make Bloomix into the most iconic form alongside Enchantix, but you did not do that.
Bravo! What a show, Winx!
Who are you again?
Rise, oh great lizard spirit!
The most random thing to ever exist. What the fuck is this thing? Like, so many of these Legendarium creatures just have no fucking story behind them. And also, this thing looks like the weird Hydra from the Vortex of Flames, and I'm like, but why? Why? Oh, wow, ooh. Apparently when they were editing this episode, they fucked up the aspect ratio, because I just saw black bars in that frame.
Its rays can withstand the dragon flame!
Of fucking course they can. Why wouldn't they?
The beast of the depths, the only thing in the magic dimension stronger than the dragon flame.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn...
We love Bloomix being useless. Ugh. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted the finale to be. An unemotional fight with a random monster.
Well, I don't know what I expected.
But I, too, have the power of the Dragon Flame!
Of course he does. Okay, so, like, it's my understanding that the reason Acheron has the Dragon Flame is because it was used to free him from the Legendarium, so now he also has a share of it. But it's like, they don't do anything with it, and it just feels so random. Like, why? Why?
Why? Why not? Why, though?
Why? it doesn't add anything to the story, like, whatsoever. And it also randomly, I think, made a lot of people go, oh my god, is he a previous wielder of the Dragon Flame? And honestly, that would be a much more interesting backstory for Acheron than the nothing we have here.
This is all my fault! Everything!
Acheron is just so boring, oh my god. I never want to hear that Lord Darkar is boring ever again after this. Darkar at least had flair. He was at least threatening, and he was iconic. Acheron is just more boring than a pool of stagnant water. Someone needs to turn down the glow on his eyes on his 3D model because it's too much.
Blink, motherfucker!
Bravery Flames!
Bravery Flames. What a fucking interesting spell name.
Bravery Flames!
10 seconds later.
Flames of bravery!
This is a very riveting final battle. The way that they're just meandering through the sky like they're underwater.
Young ladies, what you must do is dodge the attack.
Good thing she told us, otherwise I would have just stood there till I'd finally get hit.
The Legendarium world is my kingdom, my creation.
Yeah, the way he says that, it's like he did create the Legendarium world. But I always got the vibe that the Legendarium world always existed. It's just he made the book, the Legendarium, as a portal to it.
So the Legendarium is a link between our world and the imaginary world.
Yes! So what's happening? Like,
what's happening?
Did he make the Legendarium world or not? And if he did, what the fuck? Why does it have so much lore about the 7 ancestral fairies then?
7 ancestral fairies crossed over from the Legendarium world to the real world.
Like, it begs the question of, who is Acheron? Like, how old is he? How did he get stuck in the Legendarium world? Where is he even from?
You can't hide from me, Bloom!
The fact that they're mostly Earth legends makes me want to assume he's from Earth, but I'm like, that's so boring, though.
Rumpelstiltskin's traps! That's the best you've got?
I don't know, Acheron. You say that the traps here aren't that big a deal, but then you set off like 15 of them at once and look like a frightened gazelle. Bloom, yeah, keep yelling. Give away your position. I don't think Acheron will hear you. The infinity box just floats towards him because of course it does.
Wait! What are you doing?
Oh no, the sleeves!
All was well, another day saved, when his cape snagged on a missile.
See, this is why you don't wear capes and you don't wear long sleeves. Don't. They will get you killed. Or I guess in this case, vacuumed into pointless boxes.
Lorelai!
You know when Selena said, I choose you, Acheron, like he was a Pokemon?
I choose you, Acheron.
I'm going to assume the Infinity Box is a Pokeball.
Did I hear my name?
What, were you just watching the fight from your house like a loser? Also, your house, it's just that one room? Is there like a ladder that leads to like a basement? Because like, that's not a home, that's like... Actually, no. That looks more spacious than a lot of studio apartments I've seen, so.
I offer you this magical box, which contains Acheron.
I guess the lesson is to trap people into boxes for eternity to get what you want. This is a great lesson. It's also not like, I don't know, the box could one day open and Acheron will be free to take his vengeance and actually matter. Just a thought. The fact he got beaten in like 15 minutes, I just... Hope you enjoy your 15 minutes. That man, just fucking pathetic. Why were we scared of him again? And of course, the tricks are here to pretend that they matter. If Bloom was able to defeat Acheron, why are the tricks suddenly a big deal? Oh no, I am so scared. Whatever will Bloom do? Girl, you got the dragon flame powered by mythics. Wipe the floor with these bitches, or better yet, just leave. They can't stop you. It would take like 2 seconds to teleport out of the Legendarium world and they wouldn't be able to follow you. This is such an underwhelming structure for the finale. Why? Why are the tricks the final boss of the season? Like, we kept making Acheron out to be the real big bad of the season, only to fail to deliver on that. And now the tricks, who were like the pretend joke big bads, are the actual big bads, and it makes no sense. And it's also uninteresting because it's like, we've seen Bloom versus the Tricks so many times, it's so deeply uninteresting. And meanwhile, the Winx and Selena are fighting a useless monster that holds no significance to the story. They're literally trapped in a filler battle for the finale. Like, this is ridiculous. If we're gonna have to fight the Tricks, at least have everyone together fighting the Tricks, including Selena. Show that they can all work together. Have them all fight Acheron together, have them fight the Tricks together. Just don't do this weird shit. Oh my god. Like, even the season 5 finale wasn't this exhausting. Like, the Winx were fighting an army of stupid mutants, yes, but that at least was more captivating than this lizard spirit, especially because it involved other characters like soldiers and Roy and Tressa and Aisha's parents. And there was a clear consequence on the world, like Andros was being flooded. And Tritanus actually got to be like the final villain. The Tricks got a nice moment and then got yeeted from the plot. And we didn't pretend that they were the big bads and get rid of Tritanus. Like, can you imagine if Tritanus got sucked into a fucking stupid box? And now Winx forever. Okay, sure.
Sure, Jan.
Uh-oh! Winx! Watch out!
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
We need Bloom!
We can't win without Bloom. What the fuck? What do you mean you can't win without Bloom? What would Bloom provide? You all have shares of the Dragon Flame, and if the Dragon Flame doesn't work on this thing, then Bloom's wouldn't work either, you morons!
You can say that again!
I'm just so frustrated because, like, why do we need Bloom so desperately? Selena, if you want to help, maybe don't make yourself such an easy target for the monster.
Acheron stripped the entire magic dimension of its powers!
Still not exactly sure how he did that. And also, like, if he's stuck in the book, shouldn't that have been, like, undone immediately?
10 seconds later.
Oh, look, the Lord has answered my prayers. I don't know why this is the prayer he answered and why it took so goddamn long, but I'll take it. If magic is back, shouldn't that mean that all the other characters can come here to help us? Like Daphne, the professors, the specialists. Like, they can all come and try to help fight this stupid, dumb lizard.
Come on, Bloom. Show yourself.
Show yourself. Reveal what the plot says.
Why are you at the wake?
Oof.
Choke on my flames, bitches.
What riveting fight choreography. Just wow. I'm so impressed.
Good one, Icy.
Shut up, Darcy.
That's not a good one. This is a good one.
This is so boring. Wow, the Tricks really said Mythics ain't shit.
We're not letting you out.
How are they stopping her? Like, all Bloom has to do is wave her wand and she can leave. Like, she doesn't have to do this stupid fight.
We're not letting you out. Later, Tricks!
Why is she even fighting them? Why fight them? Just get a good distance away from them and then teleport out, and then they can't follow you. Actually, I would also feel bad locking them in the Legendarium world, not for them, but because that means they're probably gonna, like, harass the people of the Legendarium world, like all these characters. Like, they're gonna fucking destroy shit in here. Granted, I don't give a fuck about anyone in the Legendarium world, but it's still a kind of shitty thing to do. Or maybe Rumple will torture them for eternity with his rhymes. He could do that.
Wrong enough, Stormy!
Oh no, her wand. Also, like, is it a thing that with Mythics you can't use spells without your wand? I don't know, I feel like that would probably be a good limitation, but it's also kind of pathetic.
We'll wake up and we'll beat you. We'll have lunch and we'll beat you.
And for dinner, we'll beat you!
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Y'all really got nothing better to do than turn Bloom into your piñata.
Oh well. Karma's a bitch.
Time for the Cage of Sorrow!
The Cage of Sorrow? I wonder if I've been in that for the whole season.
My energy! Light Spectrum! Biorhythmic Flow! Infinite Echo! If you like a thing, you should've put a ring on it. If you like a thing, you should've put a ring on it. Protection of Waves! Lilac Vortex! Thanks, Winx!
Okay, but like, the lizard spirit doesn't seem to be threatening anything. Like, if they left, what would the lizard spirit do? It would just kind of sit there doing nothing. Can't the Winx, or at least some of the Winx, just teleport into the Legendarium world to help Bloom if she needs the backup? Like, come on, guys. Be a little bit useful. One of you use your mythics.
You don't believe me, do you?
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
You did poison Flora, although Flora doesn't seem to remember it. Oh yeah, Selena never even apologized for that. Fuck this bitch.
Let's get down to business, Winx.
To defeat the lizards. It doesn't have the same ring. Okay, I do kind of like Aisha taking the lead. I feel like she's very second in command of the Winx, like the general under Bloom. I actually really like that. One of the few things I like. What the fuck? Why? These are all the witches that have been gone for the whole season. Why are they suddenly here? Like, they weren't part of the Trix's little witch army.
This combined source of energy is keeping the lizard spirit alive and strong.
It is? What connection does the lizard have to the stolen magic?
May the sacred powers of the Magic Kingdom return to their rightful owners!
Magic Kingdom? What Magic Kingdom? There is no magic. Do you mean the magical universe? Girl, this ain't a Disney park. Okay, visually this is kind of cool. Where the fuck has this kind of magic been for Selena? Where have these cool snake spells been? You know, it's giving like when the Agador box was opened and all the spells returned to their worlds in season 3. Except worse. Wow, she did the bare fucking minimum. I don't know why I sang that. I hate myself. Wait, what? They lost their own... What? When were the Trix doing that? They were stealing spells and shit from the schools, even though we didn't see the consequences of that. But they weren't, like, taking personal magic from fairies and students. Also, wow, this is really showing that they did nothing with everything that they took. Like, they did nothing with the Zeltor students that they brainwashed. They just kind of left Hagen and the others prisoner. Can you imagine if they forced Hagen and his buddies to, like, forge them magical objects and weapons for their conquest? Oh, that would be so fucking cool. Instead, the power of the magic steel meant jack shit.
Don't waste your breath.
All they've done this season is waste their breath. They never shut up. This feels so fucking hollow and stupid. It doesn't feel like it's sincere or it means anything. It just feels like a shallow attempt to make people feel things without even trying. And also the fact that this whole flashback is just season 6. If this is a nostalgia-based season, why are we not seeing all of seasons 1 through 6? Like, don't you think that it's an important thing to be seeing in this finale that's supposed to be a conclusion to a season celebrating the franchise's anniversary? Because that's what this was. This season was supposed to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Winx Club, and all it did was piss off longtime fans and show that Rainbow really doesn't know what they want and they don't really understand their own creation. And it's just kind of sad and frustrating. This isn't what anybody wanted.
My family and friends are my greatest strength and my greatest power.
Wait, you're trapping in fire bubbles? Why didn't you do this before? Why didn't they show up and you immediately like, nope, bubble time for you? They are trapped like gerbils, which fits because they have the attention span of gerbils. No offense, gerbils. God, I hate this.
Later, Trix.
Wait. You can just yeet the wand back to your hand? Why didn't you do that? What the fuck? And it takes like 2 seconds to teleport out. Why didn't you do... Oh my fucking god. That whole thing could have been fucking avoided. Yeah, thanks guys for not teleporting in to help her even after the lizard spirit was defeated. Like, the second that the lizard spirit was defeated, they should have went in after Bloom to save her. You know, that would have been cool. The other Winx go in and save Bloom, and then they all leave together. Instead of this shit.
Selena, thank you.
She put in the bare minimum. Good for her. I feel nothing. I feel fucking nothing.
I can't believe you can forgive me after everything I did.
Who said I forgave you? You stupid bitch.
Who said I forgave you? That would be very funny if that's what Bloom said.
Some friendships were meant to last.
And some friendships are designed to burn down in flames.
Winx forever!
Why did Stella say that? What What about this is a Winx Forever moment? This is not my Winx Forever moment. Nothing in this season. You know what's my Winx Forever moment with the season? The moment it ends. I tried to think of a joke to reference the Winx Forever podcast, but I couldn't. Anyway, go listen to the Winx Forever podcast. It's great. In 54 years, when Lola and I take dunks on season 6, it's gonna be so much fun.
Maybe it's not the key, but the person who turns it.
What? That's not how keys work. What? That doesn't mean anything. I mean, I get it. It's a final gesture that Selena really has changed for the better. But I'm also like, what? You know, that would have been cooler if they got into Cloud Tower and they tried to lock the Legendarium, but they couldn't. And they're like, wait, why can't we do this? And then we realize that Selena is the only person who can. And then the remaining part of the season, we have to convince Selena to help us and stop Acheron, only for her to summon him anyway. That would have been so cool instead of this nonsense. And also, it would have required more work on Selena's end.
This belongs to you.
That book belongs in the trash.
It's the reader who carries the most responsibility.
We must all remember to treat our powers with utmost care and respect.
What is this moral supposed, what? You're telling me there was supposed to be a message to this whole season other than losing your mind? I feel like I learned nothing from that nonsense. What? The reader carries the... What the fuck does that mean?
Never take advice from someone who's falling apart.
Surely the text itself is at fault though, because we locked the book, as in like no one will ever access it again. And now Selena will become a fairy because fairies are good and witches are bad, except Griffin for some reason. I hate it. Why can't Selena just stay a witch? Why can't it just be that witch magic is more naturally suited to her and she's not evil anymore, but she's still a witch? I mean, Murder was allowed to become a fairy, so why can't we have a fairy who becomes a witch? And like, enough of this witches are all evil bullshit. Clearly Griffin proves that's not true. Like, Griffin is like, you dumb bitches, help the Tricks try to conquer the universe. Ooh, y'all are in for hell. This season is so fucking frustrating. Well, at least Eldora and Selena will leave the plot forever and we'll never have to look at them ever again. One last bit of obnoxious Stella fashion, just in case we weren't dead yet. I just realized Roy isn't here. Roy really just fucked off, wow. He couldn't get the girl, so he said, I'm out. Or maybe he really was murdered by an Elfia champion and none of us cared. Maybe Roy's corpse is just like sitting in the gardens outside Elfia and no one has noticed.
I'm assuming you're both here to get married?
No, actually we're here to file our taxes. Okay, but the idea of Ortel being like a very loving, overprotective father who gets very heavily emotional at the happiness of his daughters brings me joy. So that's something, I guess.
God, I wish Daphne stayed dead.
I felt nothing. You know what? This season was really Daphne's journey. It was her journey of getting used to being alive again, learning which foot is which, and then getting a man. And good for her.
Claiming she could take it no more, the young mother released the emergency brake, allowing her car to roll backwards into the nearby lake.
Good for her.
Good for her. I'm glad at least someone fucking developed this fucking season. This finale is perfectly fitting for a season of fucking nothing happening and nothing mattering. Excellent. We are the Magic Winx and we believe in magic. Wow, okay. Great lyrics. I love Elisa, but I feel like you can really tell she's not really getting a lot of material to work with at this point. Like, I don't know, if you saw this season and you had to come up with songs for it, what the fuck would you do? Because there's nothing here to work with. Kiko stealing the show as he always does. You know what? We should have had Kiko defeat Acheron. I feel like that would have been infinitely more entertaining. I just realized now that's Peg.
Peg, you're gorgeous.
I think that's Peg from Magical Adventure. I don't know why she's here, but okay. It's going in nostalgia bait. Please end already.
I just want to die.
And the season ends on a note of nothing fucking mattering. If you were to remove season 6 from like the rest of the show, what would change aside from the transformations we gained? Nothing. No one had a riveting character development arc over the course of these 26 episodes. The closest we got was Riven leaving. And it was preceded by 22 episodes of bullshit. Oh, and also Daphne. But Daphne shouldn't even be alive to begin with. So there's that. Watching this, I just feel nothing but disappointment and emptiness. None of this mattered. None of this was engaging. It was just, it feels so phoned in and obligatory. This does not feel like a passionate celebration of the franchise's 10th anniversary. This feels like lip service. This feels like a vapid attempt at keeping longtime fans in with bare minimum effort while also trying to pander to tiny children. This does not feel like it honors the first 4 seasons in any regard. Weirdly, when the Winx were younger in those earlier seasons, and when they were dealing with stakes that were technically lower, the show felt infinitely more mature. And at that point, it was meant for, like, kids and teenagers. It's so frustrating, because Winx could have really been a landmark case of animation not being just for kids. It already was, but it could have continued to prove that as the Winx got older and the show grew up with its audience. We could have really seen something special in the animation industry, and Winx could have continued to be its own thing that continues to see worldwide success. But instead, I feel like this was the turning point where the Winx fandom was kind of over Rainbow just not giving a shit anymore and being told over and over that animation is just for kids and to just get over it. Especially in recent years, it feels like that mentality of animation being only for kids has really... Audiences don't believe that shit anymore, but it feels like the people making these shows, these companies, these creators, if not that they believe that animation is only for kids, they believe that it should be. And I do have an idea of why. Do y'all remember a few years ago when kids content was like really weird on YouTube? Like YouTube Kids was filled with weird shit with like Spider-Man and pregnant Elsas and all that weird shit, but it was blowing up in the algorithm because kids were watching it nonstop, because kids by their nature will basically watch anything in front of them, and the autoplay feature really made the situation worse. But those videos made bank, and it makes me think that these companies who are obsessed with the profit motive no matter what, because capitalism, their goal is to maximize returns, and animation is an expensive medium. So in their minds, they're thinking, we want to put in as little investment and effort as we can to maximize our returns as quickly as we can. So we're gonna just have animation be only for kids. The kids will consume whatever is in front of them, and we will make fucking bank. And we don't really need the older audiences anymore because they're not giving us as much revenue. It's just so frustrating because it really, in that sense, it's not about telling compelling stories anymore. It's not bringing the animation medium to what it is fully capable of. It is instead using it as a money printing machine. It's sad. It's really sad. I think ultimately there are a lot of factors as to why Winx went the route that it did, but I feel like at its core, that's what it is. It's this fear, or it's this desire for short-term profits, and as a result, they kiddified the shit out of it, and it's gotten to a point where Winx Club is a shadow of its former self. It's basically on life support. No one really talks about it anymore aside from like the hardcore fans like us, and we have to make content for ourselves. And I really don't have high expectations for the reboot, especially with what Eugenio has said about like animation being for younger kids. It shows to me like a lack of understanding of what the audience actually wants. And that's not to say like he's a bad guy or whatever. Like I don't envy the position that he's in. I'm sure there are a lot of other things going on that we don't know. And I do have a lot of respect for him because of what he built and the fact that he gave us Winx Club to begin with. But it's just, I think at this point, it's Rainbow and Eugenio just really don't get the fandom. They really don't. They don't seem to really understand them or want to understand them. Like, even with Fate being canceled, which, like, we'll talk about that another time, and Eugenio immediately going to, like, workshop another live-action thing, I just... like, they really don't know what people want. It's just, And I bring all this up because I feel like season 6 really is the point at which there was no return. This is the point at which the franchise really changed for the worse, and it would never fully recover. Season 5 wasn't that great, yeah, but I feel like season 6 really cemented a lot of the things that we hate about the newer seasons. Yeah, it's sad. I could go on forever, but I think I'm gonna stop myself there. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me on this adventure. It was quite wild. I mean, me losing my sanity was wild. That was the wild part. Let's take a look at our counters. I can't see the counters right now as I record, but I assume that they're fucking high, especially that unnecessary dialogue counter. Holy shit. We're gonna do more commentaries because I really enjoy this format. It's relatively easier for me to make, but I also have a lot of fun doing it, and y'all seem to really enjoy it too. We're next going to be doing season 5 because y'all want me to suffer. I am looking forward to that though, especially because I feel like with the season 5 commentary, I can give a lot of insight for decisions I made with the season 5 rewrite. The season 6 rewrite is still in the works. I'm working on a teaser for December. Hopefully that'll be out in December. We'll fucking see, I guess. Thank y'all for your patience with that. I will continue to post updates and models over on my Instagram. And yeah, I will let you guys know how that comes along. That's probably gonna be a early 2023 release for part 1 at this fucking point. I want y'all to have good food. Anyway, that's a wrap, I guess. I'm gonna go eat lunch and pretend I never saw this. Goodbye.